I stood there, frozen in front of the mirror. My hands trembled as I touched the glass, like I could somehow wipe away what I was seeing. But no, she was there, staring back at me with wide eyes that were mine, but softer somehow. Her hair fell in gentle waves over shoulders that seemed narrower, more delicate. The dress hugged curves I didn't remember having, and the makeup, subtle but it changed everything. My heart pounded in my chest, a mix of fear and something else. Something thrilling that I couldn't name yet. Who was this woman? And why did she feel so right? It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was just Alex. Ordinary Alex, with his messy apartment, his 9-to-5 job, and a life that felt safe in its predictability. But now as I blinked, she blinked back. And in that moment, I wondered if I'd ever see myself the same way again. The room spun a little, memories flooding in like a tide I couldn't hold back. How had I gotten here? It started so innocently, or at least that's what I told myself. A dare, a laugh, a step into the unknown. But deep down I knew it was more. It was the beginning of unraveling everything I thought I knew about who I was. My breath came in short gasps. I leaned closer, studying her features. The lipstick was a soft pink, not bold, but it made my lips look fuller, more inviting. I smiled tentatively, and she smiled back, hesitant but genuine. A tear slipped down my cheek, smudging the mascara just a bit. Why was I crying? Was it shame or relief? I couldn't tell. All I knew was that for the first time in years I felt seen. Not as the guy everyone expected me to be, but as someone else. Someone hidden. I turned away from the mirror, my heels clicking softly on the floor. Heels. God, how had I ended up in heels? The sound echoed in the quiet room, a reminder that this wasn't a dream. I sat on the edge of the bed, the skirt of the dress pooling around me like a secret. My mind raced back to the start, to that rainy afternoon when everything shifted. I needed to remember, to make sense of it, because if I didn't, I might lose myself forever in this reflection that wasn't quite me. Or was it? The tears came harder now. I wiped them away, careful not to ruin the makeup completely. Part of me wanted to scrub it all off, to go back to normal. But another part, the one that whispered in the quiet moments, begged me to stay, to explore, to let her in. I hugged my arms around myself, feeling the fabric against my skin. It was soft, comforting in a way my old clothes never were. And as I sat there, alone with my thoughts, I realized this was no accident. This was a door opening, one I'd been afraid to knock on for so long. What would happen if I stepped through? Would I find freedom? Or just more confusion? I didn't know. But the mirror called me back. I stood again, facing her. "Who are you?" I whispered. She didn't answer, of course. But her eyes, my eyes, held a promise. A story waiting to unfold. And despite the fear twisting in my gut, I couldn't look away. Not anymore. The city buzzed outside my window, but inside my small apartment it was quiet. Too quiet sometimes. I lived in a cozy one-bedroom on the 3rd floor of an old building downtown. The kind with creaky floors and walls thin enough to hear the neighbors' arguments. It wasn't much, but it was mine. I'd moved here after college, chasing a job in graphic design that paid just enough to keep the lights on. Mornings started with coffee, black, no sugar, and a quick scroll through my phone. Work emails, social media feeds filled with friends' perfect lives. I envied them sometimes, but I never admitted it. My routine was simple. Wake up at 7, shower, throw on jeans and a t-shirt, head to the office. The team was small. Me, my boss Sarah, and a few others. Sarah was the kind of person who lit up a room. Confident, always dressed sharp, with a laugh that made you feel included. We'd been friends since I started 2 years ago. She was the one who dragged me to after-work drinks, insisting I needed to loosen up. Guess I did. I was always the quiet one, observing more than participating. Then there was Mia, my best friend from college. We met in freshman year, bonded over late-night study sessions and bad cafeteria food. She lived across town now, in a trendy loft with her roommate. Mia was bold where I was cautious. She had this way of teasing me out of my shell, calling me out on my hesitations. "Alex, life's too short to play it safe," she'd say with that mischievous grin. We hung out every weekend, movies, coffee shops, the occasional hike. She knew me better than anyone, or at least I thought she did. My family was back in the suburbs. Mom and Dad still in the house I grew up in. Dad was a mechanic, always tinkering in the garage. Mom taught elementary school. Her days filled with kids' laughter and crayon drawings. They called every Sunday checking in. "How's work? Any dates lately?" The questions were gentle, but they stung. I hadn't dated in months. Not since that awkward breakup with Emily last year. She said I was too distant, too wrapped up in my own head. Maybe she was right. Lately things felt off. Like I was going through the motions but not really living. I'd catch myself staring at people on the street, women mostly, not in a creepy way but admiring. The way they moved, confident in their outfits, hair swaying. I'd wonder what that felt like. Freedom, maybe. But I'd shake it off, tell myself it was nothing. Just curiosity. One Friday evening, Mia texted me, "Hey loser. Party tomorrow at my place. Theme gender swap. You in?" I stared at the screen, heart skipping. Gender swap. What did that even mean? I typed back, "Sounds weird. Pass." But she wasn't having it. "Come on, Alex. It'll be fun. Everyone's doing it. Don't be boring." I sighed, picturing her eye roll. Fun. But the next day, I dragged myself to work. Sarah noticed my distraction. "Everything okay?" she asked, leaning on my desk. I nodded, forcing a smile. "Yeah, just tired." But inside, my mind wandered. What if I went? What would I even wear? The thought sent a shiver through me. Nerves or excitement? I couldn't tell. After work, I met Mia for coffee. She was already there, sipping a latte, her hair tied back in a ponytail. "So, about the party," she started, eyes sparkling. "I have the perfect outfit for you." I choked on my drink. "What? No way." She laughed, that teasing lilt in her voice. "Relax. Just for laughs. You'll be adorable." Adorable. The word hung there, making my cheeks warm. Why did that feel nice? We talked for hours, like always. She shared about her latest date. Some guy from work who turned out to be a dud. I listened, nodding, but my thoughts drifted. To the party. To the idea of stepping out of my skin, even for a night. Mia must have sensed it. "You know, Alex, sometimes trying something new reveals parts of you didn't know existed." Her words lingered as I walked home. That night I couldn't sleep. I paced my apartment, glancing at the mirror in my bedroom. Just me. Plain Alex. But what if? I shook my head, climbing into bed. Tomorrow would be normal. Or so I thought. As the days blurred, work picked up. A big project deadline loomed, and Sarah paired me with her for late nights. We'd order takeout, brainstorm ideas. She was easy to talk to, sharing stories from her life. "I used to be so shy," she confessed one evening. "Then I decided to fake it till I made it. Changed everything." I admired that. Her confidence. Maybe I could borrow some. Weekends with Mia became routine. We'd explore the city, bookstores, parks. One afternoon, in a vintage shop, she held up a dress. This would look great on someone. She winked at me. I laughed it off, but my stomach flipped. Why? It was just a joke. Slowly, cracks appeared in my normal world. Dreams where I wore something soft felt different. I'd wake confused, pushing it down. But it built like pressure in a bottle. Something was about to pop. Mia invited me over more. Her roommate, Lena, was always around. Funny, sarcastic. They teased me gently. "Alex, you're too serious. Lighten up." I'd smile, but inside I felt the pull. To let go. One evening, alone in my apartment, I tried on an old scarf of Emily's I'd kept by mistake. Wrapped it around my neck, looked in the mirror. It felt silly but also comforting. I took it off quickly, heart racing. What was wrong with me? The normal life cracked further. At work, Sarah complimented my designs. "You've got a feminine touch to your art, Alex. It's beautiful." Feminine. The word echoed. I mumbled thanks, but it stuck. Mia noticed too. Over lunch, she said, "You've been distant. What's up?" Shrug. "Nothing." But she pressed. "Come to the party. It'll shake things up." I hesitated, then nodded. "Fine." Little did I know that yes would change everything. The scene was set. My world, comfortable but empty, waited for the spark. It happened on a Saturday night. The party at Mia's loft. I'd agreed reluctantly, telling myself it was just for fun. No big deal. But as I walked up the stairs, music thumping through the door, my palms sweated. What was I doing? Mia opened the door, grinning ear to ear. She was dressed as a guy. Baggy jeans, flannel shirt, hair slicked back. "Alex, you made it. But wait, where's your costume?" I shifted uncomfortably in my regular clothes. I didn't have anything. Her eyes lit up with that teasing spark. "Oh, honey, that's why I'm here. Come on." She pulled me inside. The place was packed. Friends from college, some I didn't know. Guys in dresses, girls in suits. Laughter filled the air, drinks flowing. Felt chaotic but exciting. Mia dragged me to her room. "I've got just the thing." She rummaged in her closet, pulling out a simple black dress, heels, and a wig. "Try this." My heart stopped. "Mia, no. This is too much." She pouted, that playful way she had. "Please. For me. It's a dare. If you hate it, you can change back." I sighed, the word dare hitting a nerve. We'd always had these bets in college. I never backed down. "Fine. But just for an hour." She left me alone to change. My hands shook as I stripped down. The dress slipped over my head. Cool fabric against my skin. It fit surprisingly well. Snug but not tight. I stepped into the heels, wobbling. The wig was next, long brunette waves. I avoided the mirror at first, but curiosity won. Turned. And there she was. Not fully, but a hint. My reflection looked different. Softer. I felt a rush. Embarrassment mixed with something electric. Mia knocked. "Ready." I opened the door, face burning. Her jaw dropped. "Oh my God, Alex. You look wow." She circled me, adjusting the wig. "Let's add a little makeup. Just for fun." I protested weakly. But she was already dabbing foundation, eyeliner, lipstick. "There. Perfect. Let's call you Alexa." Alexa. The name sent a shiver. We went back to the party. Heads turned. Whispers. "Who's that?" Someone wolf whistled jokingly. I wanted to hide, but Mia held my arm. "Own it," she whispered. The night blurred. Drinks helped loosen me up. People complimented me. "You pull this off better than most guys." Lena, Mia's roommate, laughed. Alexa, you're stealing the show. I smiled, tentative at first. But as the evening went on, something shifted. Moving in the dress felt natural. The heels clicked rhythmically. Conversations flowed easier, like the outfit unlocked a chatty side. Then I saw Sarah, from work. She was there, dressed as a pirate or something masculine. Her eyes widened. Alex, is that you? Froze. Yeah. Mia's idea. She laughed, warm and genuine. You look amazing. Seriously. We talked for hours. Deeper than at work. About dreams, fears. She shared how she'd once felt out of place too. Sometimes a change like this helps you see yourself clearly. As the party wound down, Mia pulled me aside. See, wasn't so bad. I nodded, but inside turmoil brewed. Why did I enjoy it? The attention, the freedom, but also fear. What if this meant something more? I changed back before leaving, but the makeup smudges remained. At home, I stared at my reflection, back to Alex. But echoes of Alexa lingered. That night, I dreamed of her. The next day, Mia called. Fun, right? We should do it again. I laughed it off, but the seed was planted. Work felt different. Sarah teased gently. Miss Alexa already. I blushed, denying it. Weeks passed. Mia invited me over. Just us. Want to try again? For practice. Practice. But I went. She helped me dress. Skirt this time, blouse. Feel how it moves, she said. I did. And it felt good. Resistance faded. Curiosity grew. Why me? Yes. She smiled softly. Because I see you, Alex. The real you. The incident wasn't just the party. It was the spark that ignited the journey. Unexpected but inevitable. The days after the party were a whirlwind in my mind. I'd wake up, go to work, but thoughts of that night haunted me. The dress, the name Alexa, the way people looked at me. It was like a secret I carried, tucked away but always there. I resisted at first. Told myself it was a one-time thing. Silly fun. But Mia wouldn't let it go. She texted constantly. Hey Alexa. Miss you. With winking emojis. It was teasing light, but it stirred something. I'd reply, stop it. That was just the party. But deep down I smiled at the screen. At work, Sarah noticed my distraction. You seem different. Happier. Shrugged. Maybe. But inside, conflict raged. Shame crept in during quiet moments. What kind of guy enjoys that? Fear too, what if people found out? Yet curiosity won battles. One evening, alone, I rummaged through my closet. Found an old button-up shirt that felt soft. Wore it differently, tucked in a way that felt feminine. Looked in the mirror. Laughed at myself. Awkward but fun. Mia invited me over again. Girls' night. Just you, me, Lena. I hesitated. I'm not a girl. She laughed. Come as you are. Or not. I went regular clothes. But they had outfits ready. Try this top, Lena said, holding a blouse. I resisted. Guys, no. Mia pouted. Please. It's cozy here. No judgment. Gave in. The blouse fit nicely. Then pants became a skirt. See. Comfy, Mia said. We watched movies, ate popcorn. They treated me like Alexa, teasing gently. Pass the remote, girl. I felt shame at first, cheeks hot. But then excitement. The fabric swished when I moved. Behavior shifted too. I sat with legs crossed, laughed freer. Inner thoughts swirled. This is wrong. But why does it feel good? Fear of discovery loomed. What if mom called? But friends encouraged. You glow like this, Lena said. Manipulation. Gentle, yes. Mia's eyes held kindness. Exploring is okay, Alex. Steps escalated slowly. Makeup lessons. Just a touch, Mia said, applying blush. I stared at my reflection, heart racing. Curiosity overpowered shame. It looks nice. Outing started small. Walk around the block as Alexa, Mia suggested. Froze. Outside. No, but she coaxed. Late night. No one around. We did. Heels clicking on pavement. Wind in the wig. Excitement buzzed. Car passed, panic. But nothing happened. Back inside, I breathed heavy. That was scary. Mia hugged me. But thrilling, right? Psychological conflict deepened. Nights alone I'd cry. Who am I? But mornings I'd crave it. Friends manipulated sweetly. Sarah joined sometimes. I love this side of you, she said over coffee. Me in subtle feminine attire under a coat. Behavior changes stuck. I spoke softer, gestured delicately. Even at work, hints showed. Colleagues noticed. You seem more confident. Irony. The build-up was slow. Resistance ebbed with each step. Outfit trials, nameplay, behavior tweaks. Emotions tangled, shame, fear, excitement, curiosity. Mia's teasing. My pretty Alexa. Made me blush but warmed me. One night I dressed alone. No prompt. Looked in the mirror. Hello, her. Turning point whispered. But not yet. Something changed after that solo dressing. It was like a switch flipped, quiet but profound. I started seeking it out. Not every day, but more. Mia noticed. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Her tone was soft, no tease. I nodded, vulnerable. Yeah, I think I am. The midpoint came during a weekend getaway. Mia planned it, just us, a cabin in the woods. To relax, she said. But I knew better. Packed my usual clothes, but she snuck in feminine ones. In case. The drive was long, talks deep. Why do you push this? Asked. She glanced over. Because I see your happiness in it. The real you emerging. At the cabin we hiked, cooked. Evening fell. Want to try being Alexa all weekend? She suggested gently. No pressure, but her eyes pleaded. I agreed. Dressed in a sundress, light makeup. We sat by the fire. Stories flowed. I shared fears I'd buried. I always felt wrong as a guy. Like something missing. She listened, hand on mine. Maybe this is it. That night I discovered joy. Dancing to music, dress twirling. Laughter genuine. Confidence bloomed. I feel free, I confessed. Mia smiled. You are. Emotions deepened. I saw Mia differently. Her kindness, her push, it was care. Was I falling? Touches lingered. You're beautiful, she whispered. My heart swelled. Back home, acceptance grew. I explored alone. Bought a skirt online, discreet. Wore it in private. Gained confidence at work too. Subtle changes in demeanor. Sarah noticed. Whatever's going on, keep it up. Part of me emerged. The feminine side I'd ignored. It wasn't just clothes. It was identity. Falling for Mia. Maybe. Or for myself. The shift was emotional. Highs of joy, lows of doubt. But acceptance tipped the scale. I was enjoying. Discovering. The climax hit like a storm. It was a family dinner. Mom's birthday. I'd been living dual. Alex by day, Alexa in secret. But cracks showed. Mia encouraged full embrace. Tell them. Be you. I dressed as Alexa for courage practice before. But at dinner, normal Alex. Conversation flowed, but I felt fake. Dad asked about life. Mumbled. Then Mom said, You seem different. Happier but distant. Words burst. There's something. I confessed. The party, the feelings, Alexa. Silence. Dad frowned. What do you mean? Tears came. I like being her. It feels right. Emotional breakdown. Fear of rejection. Mom hugged me. We love you. Always. Dad nodded, shocked but kind. Take time. We're here. Back home, confrontation with self. Mirror time. Who are you? I embraced. Old Mia. I told them. She came over. Deep talk. I'm falling for you, I admitted. She smiled. Me too, Alexa. Decision, embrace. High intensity realization. I was her. In the end, life settled into a new normal. I transitioned slowly. Name changed to Alexa, wardrobe shifts. Family adjusted, friends supported. Mia and I dated, sweet and slow. Work thrived with my confidence. Bittersweet, lost old self, gained true one. A twist. Sarah confessed feelings too, but I chose Mia. Open-ended but happy. Growth complete.